Hey everyone, Alvaro Cortez Jr. here, aka Lance Danger. Another day of VEDA 2023 video every day August. I believe this is day 14, and I was just thinking a lot because I saw this Facebook post about a illustrator from Puerto Rico called Arte Carde. Um, he has a very peculiar style to put it that way. He usually illustrate current events, like if there's like a Puerto Rican celebrity or something like that that passes away, he'll do like a tribute art. If there's like also a big time murder on the news of just regular not famous people, he'll make artwork of that as well as tribute to them. But sometimes it's in my opinion, it's borderline morbid, because if it's like, for example, a person that got drowned or something like that, he'll like draw the person with angel wings over the place that the person drowned or something like that. Or if it was domestic violence, he will draw the person as an angel with a black eye and the bit of blood coming down the lips. Like, it can be pretty morbid in my opinion. And he's gotten a lot of criticism over the years for doing that kind of artwork. And some of it, I guess, is valid. Like I said, like, it's kind of morbid the way that he presents these artworks. I don't know if that's the artist's intention to do it that way, to have it be as something morbid, or just doing what an artist usually does, which is trying to evoke a reaction from people. Usually the family members. If I'm looking around, my oldest cat Puchito is walking around my feet. Anyway, um, many times from what I've observed, the family members of the deceased usually don't take it personally. Sometimes he actually gifts them the art that he makes, and they're very grateful for it. So I guess if the family's okay with it, in my opinion, no one should get mad about it. If the family is okay with it and actually have a degree of gratitude towards the artist for doing this tribute, I guess would be the word for it. And it kind of reminds me of this whole debate of constructive criticism versus destructive criticism, which I've spoken about many times before on this channel. But I'll talk about it again briefly. If you haven't like gone through my channel, I don't want to just automatically assume that you know what my thoughts are, or assume that you've watched all my videos before. Um, there's a fine line between constructive criticism and bad faith, destructive criticism. For example, something like "your art sucks, I can do better." That's not really telling me much. First of all, artwork is subjective. What you might find as something sucky may be something inspirational to someone else. One man's garbage is another man's treasure, so to speak, in that sense. And if the person can do better, then why don't you do better? Like, one of the things that I've observed myself, and not just from like some people that comment, but even from colleagues that I personally know, they're so rabid against this artist, to the point where they want this artist to just quit doing art, or at the very least drastically changed their style. And it's like, come on, you're a fellow artist. You're going to tell another artist to change their own particular vision? Change it to what exactly? Your own vision? That's not exactly how it works. I'm not going to go to a colleague and say, you know what, you would be better off if you do it my way, because my way is really the right way and the way that everybody thinks. That's, I don't know. I think that's kind of arrogant to think that way. And I hate to say it, some of the artists that are kind of angry against this particular artist, Arte Carde, is because one of the first thing they always mention, look at that terrible drawing and look at all the likes and shares that it has. Because it's always the likes and shares is what they put the focus on. If you're not having as many likes and shares as this particular artist, then it doesn't have to be this particular artist, especially specifically. It could be any artist in general in any creative community or creative scene. That they'll look down on another artist and be like, well, I certainly can do something better than that. Then do it. Nobody's stopping you. Just if you see that you have something, a product that's better than someone else, and yet you don't see it having the same interaction with a general public online, then you have to kind of sit down and think for a little bit, do a little bit of introspection. Why isn't my art doing as well as this other artist? Which, first of all, you should never even compare yourself to another artist, in my opinion. you know but if you're going to go to that lens of thinking that another artist is beneath you, then you have to just sit down, have some introspection, think about, why is my art not moving in the way that I want it to move? Maybe since my own particular style isn't like a style that'll appeal to like a more general public, like Arte Carde has, because he has a particular niche where his artwork appeals to a broader general audience that are, invested in topical news and in these kinds of things that are happening on current events. And if you're doing something that's very, very niche, that is probably something that doesn't appeal to that kind of public. You have to like sit down and consider, okay, what am I doing and what audience am I doing it for? If you want to elevate your status and have your artwork have more impressions, clicks, likes, share, what have you, it's all about introspection and seeing what I'm doing compared to seeing what's the other person doing and why are people reacting to that person and not reacting to mine, instead of asking yourself, what can I do to have my stuff be viewed as much as that other person? Forget about being better, forget about being worse. Just think about what you are doing or what you're not doing, that you're not hitting those numbers. Are you being consistent? Are you doing a particular brand? Do you have a particular niche? Are you appealing to a younger demographic, an older demographic? Are you presenting yourself in a way that you're approachable? Are you just being very unlikable to? Because again, if you present yourself as unlikable to another artist publicly like that, being like, I'm better than this artist, then people are just going to think you're freaking arrogant, and that rubs people the wrong way as well. So you have to see how you are portraying yourself, carrying yourself, and branding yourself online if you want to have bigger success online. Those are all things you have to think about. Anyway, those are my 2 cents about this whole thing. Thank you so much for watching. I've been having a lot of fun doing this second round of video every day August, and I've been doing been having a lot of fun doing the sketches for Hot Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord Summer. This is my first time actually sketching consistently since the start of August to, kind of celebrate my webcomic, Fred Peterson, the Mighty Warlord, in its 17th year. Anyway, once again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the support throughout the years, and I'll catch you next time.